What's up YouTube, ODST General back again, and we are once again back on the Orville. It's been a hot minute since the last time I was on here. In fact, I have actually no idea how long it's been. The beta for the newest version just released yesterday though, and this is crazy. There's so much new stuff on here to check out. I'm not really sure where the best place to begin is, so let's go ahead. I guess we'll kind of look through the patch notes, or at least I will, and we'll kind of hit stuff one at a time. First of all, the game got updated to UE 5.3, which means that the minimum system requirements for this is going to be a bit higher, so unfortunately fewer people are probably going to be able to play this now. With that being said, obviously there's a lot of benefits to going with UE 5.3, including, actual performance benefits for like more detailed stuff, which is great. So new sensor system added to Stellar Cartography and Isaac's Bridge Station. So I guess we'll go ahead, we'll check that out first. So if we swing on over here and we sit down in Isaac's chair, I mean, there's always been a lot of detail here, and I mean, if like we click on buttons here, like these buttons don't do anything, but like all this stuff lights up, which is pretty crazy, right? But they've been slowly sneaking in, and a lot of times you can find it because it does stand out a little bit compared to like this. Like this stands out. We have sensors. So we've got scanners right there. So if I zoom out, we can see all of the different stars kind of nearby us. And we can scroll through the list. And we can find one of those. There's like a red supergiant, that's a tempting target. The supernova. No, let's go ahead. Let's go to the supernova. That's tempting, right? So we can plot a course to the supernova. There isn't anything else in the supernova system. If I were to actually go in there, we could go through the other planets in the system, but because it is a supernova, that's just the only thing in there. We can also scan once we get into a system. So we can come over here. And we can go to our sensor target, which shows that supernova. Alright, ship's gonna jump there, but yeah, we're able to go through. There's a bunch of mini games throughout the ship and air activity now, because basically a lot of this update was focused on making this actually playable. So this is now essentially something that you can get in here with a group of friends. And if you guys want like a decent Starship game and that you can play with friends and like have everybody have different roles and like actual interactivity and stuff, you can do that here. So obviously, you've got your navigation and your pilot and all that stuff, and you can have one or two people up here, and there's plenty of stuff for both of them to do. You've got an actual sensor station. You got some stuff over here. You got your your power regulation, your power profile stuff. Over here, you've got your repair teams and your status, which is, a fairly important station. Nothing back here, though. Not yet, at least. Here's the supernova. Pretty similar to a lot of the other stars in the game, so nothing like super crazy there. But pretty neat. And then, yeah, what we could do is we would calibrate our scanner. And then we could scan. Now oh, there we go. The scans, it doesn't really pop anything up unique on the sensors or anything like that. It does tie into another new system, which I'll talk here about more in a minute. But yeah, basically you get this little screen here, and you can do that for each of these. So where this really ties into is the new mission system. So if we come on over here, we're going to switch this to night shift lighting just because I think it looks nicer and it looks a little bit more cinematic. But it kind of tucked away on this one. This one actually kind of blends in a bit. We have a new comm system, which will have Union Central communicate with us. And they'll give us random tasks to complete. Orville has tissue samples that can lead to a cure to an endemic that has broken out on a Union member world. Isolate the bug and devise a cure. So we have to go down to the biolabs into pathology and then develop a treatment in the medical bay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're just going to teleport down to pathology. The ship's got an overhaul on the interior. It's such a big ship. It takes a while to get anywhere. So we're going to just kind of cheat it a little bit. Gotta remember which deck pathology's on. It's probably like on F deck or something. No. Is it down on H? It is. It is way down there. Okay. Now, a lot of locations are locations that we're in before. Some of these I remember, some of these I don't remember very well. I'm not sure where the pathology setup is. That's probably over here, right? Yeah. Okay, so we've got to set this up. So we got to prepare our sample. And we've got to scan the different things to try and find the anomaly. Now, from the bit of testing I did last night, there's usually only one, which it looks like we actually found it on the first one. We found it on the DNA sequencer. It says sequence isolated. If I scan the rest of these, I should just get like analysis completed on each of these. There we go. Yeah, so they're all going to be the same, I'm pretty sure, so we should be all set to go. If I were to go back up and look at the bridge here, which actually maybe we'll do that real quick just so I can show it off to you guys. Yeah, we'll do that. If we go back to our mission comms log up on the bridge, we'll now see a check mark showing that the isolate compound in the biolabs has been completed. And then we need to develop a treatment down in the medical bay, which honestly we'll just walk down to the medical bay because it's just down on the next deck. It's really close by. Honestly, probably faster than actually teleporting down there. So I think it's this. I'm not exactly sure how this works, to be honest with you guys. Maybe I'll stop this, but I don't know what I'm doing. I use the movement keys and then like F actually stops it, but... Oh, I can rotate them. I'm guessing I need strands between each of these, right? Okay, so that should be our mission completed. So not the most complex thing, but you do get a bunch of different missions like that, and the missions will vary from thing to thing. So sometimes you'll get stuff like this. So if we go back here, mission complete, so we can click resolve. You don't get anything for it right now, at least. Maybe later on you will. This one's perfect. This actually shows off a new area, so we have to go down and we have to go to the shuttle maintenance bay, which is one of the new areas. Then isolate a compound in the biolab pathology, which we were just in a couple minutes ago, and then go to the particle physics lab. So let's go ahead. There's a few things to show off the shuttle bay properly, I think. So let's go to shuttle bay control first. The shuttle bay has been the target of probably some of the biggest overhauls here. So if we go up to shuttle bay ops, we can see we've actually got a couple of control panels here that allow us to do a number of different things. So we have our shuttle bay ops, which we have 3 pads, 1, 2, and 3. Or that one's 1, I'm not positive. These both say 1, one of these should say 2. But, let's see here. We click on 3, and we hit lower. that ramp will drop down. So if a ship, you know, if you have multiple people and somebody's off the ship with a shuttle and you want that shuttle to go down into the maintenance bay instead of landing up here in the shuttle pad for some reason, you can drop that down and create basically an entrance for them to fly the shuttle into. Hopefully this is the correct one here. I guess that's the 1 and 2 right there. That doesn't really look like a 2. But we're able to basically take these individual pads and we're able to put the shuttle on there. And then we have the storage ops, which there's another control panel for this down below, but we have this one right here. We have various different shuttles, which right now this shuttle that's on the pad is, I believe, Alpha? No, it's not Alpha. Is it Delta? It's maybe definitely one of these. Yeah, it was Delta. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pull that shuttle off. Now we're gonna skip over the shuttle bay because obviously you guys can see the elevator and all that stuff works. So we're gonna go down to F deck. So we're gonna go down 2 decks and go to the shuttle maintenance bay. So we're gonna swing on to the other side of the room here. So this is the shuttle bay here. Again, if you're flying a shuttle in, this ramp comes down so you can fly the shuttle into this bay here. Alternatively, you can land on one of the pads and then bring it down in the elevator and use these ops control panels to actually mess with the shuttles. So we have another one of these ops controls and we were able to kind of move these shuttles around and trade places with them and stuff. So we have different shuttles. So right now we have ECV 197-1, which is probably, no, not that one. That's -3. -1 is that one right there. And all these different shuttles, they all have different serial numbers on them. So that's -2, -3. The problem child is -4, which is Alpha. Alpha is over here. Alpha has been damaged, and we need to try and repair Alpha. This wasn't working quite perfectly, as you guys can see. It says scan as needed before we can repair it. So like the other stations, we start off by calibrating our sensors and we've got to scan it to try and get some more information on potentially repairing it. Now it says it's ready for analysis, so let's go ahead and we'll start with an X-ray and we'll scan for X-ray fluorescence. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Nothing with the electron nano. Biologics. Let's see. Alright, so we have an anomaly detected with the biologics. Now, I don't know if this is going to let me repair. There we go. So it is now blue that I can repair the shuttle. It's still not working, so the repair seems like maybe it's broken, or maybe I'm still doing something wrong, or maybe it's because of the mission. But you should be able to repair the shuttles after scans, and this should work with all the shuttles, because in theory all of the shuttles can become damaged. And you should be able to repair them all, but for some reason it's not working. But yeah, we can even this shuttle, we can move this over here and then take this one out and fly it and everything and just kind of swap around these shuttles and do all sorts of stuff. But what we need to do is we need to go back to pathologies, which I've already forgotten which deck that's on. Oh, I was right. Just scrolled right past it. And we need to scan and figure out the stuff for the shuttle. So we're going to go ahead, like last time, we're going to set this up, get our sample ready to go. We'll start with the DNA sequencer once again. Alright, DNA sequencer is completed, no anomalies or anything unusual. Protein profiler is good. We'll do a cellular analysis, see what comes up with that. Cellular is good. Alright, microbial is good, which means it should be radiometric. Alright, yep, there it is, sequence isolated, so it is radiometric. Which then means we need to go to the particle physics lab. So again, we're going to teleport. It's faster. If I can remember where the lab is, it's faster. Particle physics up on G deck? It is. Okay. There we go. So there's so many rooms, and it's so hard to remember all these. So then here we are, particle physics, and on this back wall here, again, gotta set this up, prep our sample, get this ready to go. We'll start with the top, work our way down, so we'll start with the spectral analysis. Analysis complete with no anomalies, so we'll do quantum entanglement analysis. Again, analysis complete, no anomalies. We'll move on down the list. Frequency found, so it looks like it's a gravimetric analysis has turned something up, so that should be our mission complete now. So if we go back up to the bridge here, and again, we're just going to teleport around because I'm a single person. If we had a full crew, this would be a lot easier. I would have multiple people working on this. We should have mission complete, so we can go ahead, we can resolve that one. There is various things. I mean, this one has us firing the cannons. We can decline it. A lot of these are scientific. There is a number of things, so some of them might have us go to like a specific location, and like this one has a stellar phenomenon has been reported in a nearby sector. Study it. So then we quantum bridge or quantum drive to a system and then study the phenomena. So let's go ahead. We'll do this one. If we go over here, we have an additional target, one for mission destination. And we'll hit engage, and we'll head on over there. And we need to go to the astrophysics lab. I guess we'll hang tight here and wait until we actually arrive. Travel time varies from location to location, so you're not going to have the exact same travel time. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. This one seems to definitely be on the longer end as far as travel times go. Some of these are very, very quick when you're going from planet to planet. And to make things a little bit easier, they did put some secondary controls, so we have power profiles and repair team assignments that have been put up on the Hellman Navigation Console. So if you are playing solo, you can basically sit here and do most everything that's not like these actual missions from this console. Obviously, if you are going to these locations here, like this tells us we have to go down to the astrophysics lab, so like that's something we're gonna have to do. Holy cow! Yeah, this is a very long trip. There we go. I was gonna say, this is, I was starting to think, I was like, I don't know if I've ever been on one that was that long on this. I was starting to get the feeling this was bugged out. I'm not certain where the astrophysics lab is. It's gonna take me a minute. I have to look through these. Down on K-Deck. No wonder I don't know where it's at. They're like way in the bottom pits of the ship. Alright. Astrophysics Lab. I've not done this one before. This is a pretty neat one. Alright. Again, we're going to calibrate. And we'll do our analysis. And we'll do that. Now there is a bunch of other stuff. There is combat-oriented ones. So What was that noise? Is that calibrating? There's combat missions, so there is obviously the Kalon ships that were in before. Krill ships are now also spawnable, so like previously you could spawn in Kalon ships and fight them. You can do that with Krill ships now. Nothing on the spectral, so we'll do the quantum analysis, and we'll just go through the list here and knock each of these out. But yeah, so there's combat missions. The ship can take damage, and that's something else we're going to talk about here in a minute. Yeah, wait a second, again, emergency vehicle's going by out. Hopefully you guys can't hear that, but... Alright, there we go. So let's see here. We've got the shuttles. Shuttles can now land in the Union Dockyard, so that's something new. We did fly away from the Union Dockyard, so I'm not going to show it, but there's a couple new rooms on there, so you can actually take a shuttle over, and then there's some extra hallways and stuff that you can kind of explore around, so there's actually some stuff at the Union Dockyard for you to do. I've not been paying super close attention. I didn't think all these have completed okay. Not positive about the gravimetric. Okay, yeah, no pattern found. I think that's the indicator that something's off on that one. I'm not positive, but that's the last one, so we should be all set to go in theory. Let's see here. Updated the repair system. So yeah, we'll complete this mission here, and I guess... Oh, we didn't complete it. It's weird. I want to cancel that. I mean, we've kind of done that, and I might have just misclicked on something, so... What we're going to do... So we're going to go to the ship, and we're going to add some random ship damage. We're going to do it a couple times, because I want to have a subsystem get damaged, and I think that takes 2 hits. So our starboard cannon rectifier is damaged. Or technically it's destroyed. Now, before we can fix it, I could send a repair crew down, so we could actually do this. There we go. Yeah, so we've got 2 systems. So we've got the quantum control lower level and the starboard rectifier. So we could do this, and we can say Alpha Team can go fix the quantum drive, and we will deal with the rectifier. Now, we're going to have to make a couple stops here. So our first one is going to be down on the I deck. We need to go to the engineering storage. And we need to grab some items. So we can now pick up certain items. We have a bunch of like actual engineering items that are used in the repair ship. When we pick them up, we can put I to put them in our storage, and then we have a an actual like storage inventory that we're going to be able to pull up to pull these items out and use them in repairs. So now if I hold down I, you can see the inventory pops up, and I get a little scroll wheel that I can go through. And engineering looks great, no problems here. So the repair teams are working on this one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport once again, just again for the sake of brevity, to plasma cannons control starboard, because I believe it said the starboard side was where that was. Wow, it is really dark in here during this red alert, guys. Holy cow. And this is our destroyed system. Looks like the other systems are nominal. So if I hit repair here, we'll pull out the bad injector. And then if we hold down I, we'll take out our new injector. And put that in. Alright, that system's nominal. Looks like the other crew has completed work on the quantum drive, so we are back up to 100%. We can go back to condition normal. So yeah, that's actually awesome that there's repair components and that like engineers. I mean, obviously you can kind of carry them all around on you for the most part. You can only have like one of each from what it seems like. But to actually have physical components and stuff is really neat. Replacing the minigame. I think the minigames were cool enough. It's just I think this is a much cooler system. Oh, actually, here we are down like right on the deck in the room next to it. It does seem there's actually a spare components bay right next to the weapons control. So if you don't have the stuff, it's right nearby. Now I don't know if it's randomized the way the ship takes damage. During my testing, the starboard control was the first room to actually take damage too, so I'm not sure if that's going to be the case every time. So what else do we have here? We have updated the repair system. We got that. Replace the HUD map with hallways. Well, that's perfect. Right here we are. So the HUD map is gone now. You don't get the HUD map of the ship, which is kind of difficult because the ship's interior has actually changed from the last patch. They quote-unquote simplified it. But we now have maps, and then we get a little red diamond, I guess, where we're at. So you can see where we're at in the ship. Here's the port and starboard weapons controls. Technically, I said that backwards. I was looking at the starboard when I said that, but still. And then you can kind of see the other rooms. They're not labeled or anything, so it's kind of tricky. It does tell us where the stuff is, but then like it doesn't tell us what's back over this way. We can just see that there's rooms down this very long set of hallways. So then, like, in order to actually see this, it's kind of a bummer. We have to actually run down to try and find that stuff. We got a couple of we got an elevator in the stairwell there, I'm guessing. So it's saying this is going to the forward lift, but there's 3 rooms up there. That's almost certainly not a lift. They look too big to be lifts. It's down over this way. That's the eSIM there, it looks like. Okay, that's the brig. Security Chief's office. Anything going on in here? No. Okay, just some random guy who I don't think is the security chief. That was uncalled for. But yeah, there's a number of mini games throughout the ship that you guys are going to be able to play. So, I mean, obviously we did like the medical one, but there is different mini games in like different areas. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, like I said, you can spawn krill ships, so that's on the list. New areas to explore. Shuttle maintenance bay has been added, which we checked out. Here you can repair shuttles and switch them around. You can also transfer shuttles up to the main bay by using the consoles in the shuttle bay control room on the D deck. Here's another one. So there's a new lab that takes up a couple of decks. And that is going to have us going to the G and H decks. So we'll go to the aquatics lab because that's a new one. So this one's got some music that's going to play. I've had the music turned off, but this one's a automated cue. When I walk in here, it should start playing. But here we're at the aquatics lab, so this is the exit for it, so we're just going to poke our head out here. So this is the hallway in here. And there's a lift that actually comes down directly to this. We've got a couple of airlocks. You can't actually go out through the airlocks. The airlocks basically go into the actual aquatics lab. Or into, like, the actual tank, I should say. I'm guessing at some point down the line that this will have some sort of gameplay associated with it, too. Oh, the musical cue didn't go off. Maybe it's just because I actually reset the game, which I hadn't before after turning the music down. It was a very loud musical cue. Oh, there is a scanner down here for cetacean ops. I missed this the first time. Okay, well that's cool. So yeah, there is a purpose to actually coming down here. Now if we go to the elevator. Here's the lower level. So not anything really down here. Again, if you just want like kind of a place to hang out while you're in the game for whatever reason. Kind of a nice little place to just kind of sit and watch. We have new area added to the Union Dockyard. Like I said, I talked about that. I haven't bothered with that. And then decks C through G have had procedural crew quarters have been added throughout the deck. So basically, as you go around, there's just randomly generated crew quarters. So as we go through, we'll, you know, if I'm running all over the ship, we're likely to see those. There isn't really anything to show off with that. It's just the crew quarters that have basically been in the game. It's procedurally generating them to kind of give a little bit more of a unique look. There's people actually working on here. I don't think that this people used to use this before. And they've got black uniforms. That's interesting. I've never seen a black uniform in this before. I don't know what that is. I don't recall that in the actual Orville TV show either. Unless that's like a generation bug. I don't think that is. I don't think there's any interactivity in the gym currently. I wouldn't be surprised though if we get like some sort of like mini games for the recreation areas of the ship at some point down the line. So what else do we have? New interactive elements. A lot of this other stuff just kind of goes over in more detail some of the stuff that we've already talked about. So we've got graphical changes to the damage control station, which we looked at. Added new power modes and repair team secondary input to the nav console, which we talked about. You can now sit down on couches in the bowling alley and in the hidden eSIM programs, which is kind of cool. Refactor the ship's corridors to simplify them. Again, we've kind of talked about that. I can't remember where most of the hidden ones are. I know Borders has like one, but I'm trying to remember how to like actually access the bowling alley. I thought that was just like accessible through the panel there. Quarters customization, new Class D quarters foundation available, so there is a new crew quarters available if you guys are actually using your crew quarters and stuff like that. Again, though, yeah, no list for this, so I guess you do have to find all of the programs are hidden throughout the ship. Actually, a little surprised by that, if I'm being honest. Comm scanners are available under desktop items category. That says it's a crew quarter customization thing, so maybe there's some interactivity with the crew quarters that we can do. Not certain. I guess we'll go to Boris's quarters and then we'll try to figure out if we can figure out a way to get to crew quarters. It'd be kind of cool if there was just like a way to easily get to like the customizable crew quarters. And this is a lot tougher without the actual holographic thing to navigate the ship. So crew quarters forward here, so obviously a lot of this is the officers' quarters here on this deck. We might have the customizable crew quarters up here. So I think anybody with a lieutenant thing on theirs is one of the developers. And then the ensigns are like the randomly generated ones. We'll just take the stairwell down. Yeah, I'm curious about these quarters now. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm really curious if these customizable quarters actually have some potentially, potential interactivity with them. So we've claimed it. It is now ours, so we can go into Foundation. So Class D quarters are the new ones. The VIP, I think, are the biggest, but it says Class D is one of the largest available. Three rooms total, including bathroom, as well as small kitchen unit, including synthesizers. So let's go ahead. We'll do that. So not like super huge, but it's fairly sizable. Obviously, you're not sharing the space with other people, which would be nice. Which was the, Alright, so it said it was under desktop items with these scanners. Let's actually put down a table or a countertop of some kind. So we got the comm scanner here. I don't think there was there anything else I said, or was it just the comm scanner? You can see a couch, bowling alley, refractor. Comm scanners are now available. So that might be the only new one. There's two new categories it said, which is paintings and bathroom decor, which it looks like the bathroom decor is at least some new stuff. I think I vaguely recall some of these, but some of these definitely seem new to me. There's probably a bunch of new items. Obviously, it's been a long time since I actually looked at any of this. Paintings is down at the very bottom. It's the Union Dockyard. Oh yeah, it's the Union Dockyard, obviously. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was gonna say, it's not the best. That ship one looks pretty cool. For some reason, a lot of these walls, I can't, like, do anything on the exterior walls. I can on the shutters for some reason. Alright, let's close the build menu out, though. Let's take a look at this comm scanner here. I'm guessing that there's not anything I can do. I can't pick it up. So I guess that's just decoration. I'm not sure why this one got specifically mentioned. UI improvements. New help screen has been implemented to help players understand how to use the ship's interactive systems. Yeah, there's different tabs on the side. Oh wow, that's a nice looking crew quarters. Somebody spent a fair bit of time putting that together. Shuttle ops, obviously we've kind of gone through that. Power slider for different ship power settings. We've got weapons. Obviously we've shown off the armor aim pass builds. There's nothing that's really changed there, so won't really cover that. Long range sensors, we've kind of gone over that here in this video. Comm panel, we've obviously shown off a few times at this point, so yeah, okay, so yeah, nothing super crazy there, but that is a nice little feature. We'll go ahead and close that out. Loading screen tips have been updated. 3 all-new loading screen backgrounds. Lift UI has better look. All new subtitles for the Halloween and Unknown Sector events. A bunch of fixes and tweaks. Keyboards or keybinds for weapon power up and down. Add a new backdrop to character customization for immersion. New music. Adjusted PC or NPC settings to better match ship areas, crew complement, and duty shifts. That's a pretty cool one, so that's actually a nice little thing that they've done there. Graphics and performance updated to DLSS 3.7, added FSR 3.1. Frame generation is not currently available. We also fixed a lot of issues, over 300 just on our new tracker, but the vast majority have not made it into these patch notes, as we don't want to drag this announcement out. There will be a higher minimum requirements, and we will be using the beta to figure those out. We hope you enjoyed this update. We're still hoping to add a Mac version of version 18 in the near future, but this initial build won't include it. Also, please note that the eSIMs are unavailable in the initial build. We expect to see those return on later bit. Okay, so I was sitting there obsessing over like the eSIM because I thought I was going like crazy and doing something wrong on it, and there it is at the very end of the patch notes, and I didn't read those the whole way down last night. Boys' quarters. So obviously, earlier too, I was saying that like all the lieutenants are like developers and stuff. That's not actually 100% accurate. Some of them are actual like characters in the show. Some of these aren't labeled either, which is kind of interesting. Like some of the, I assume the new quarters are they're generated, like they're actually named ones, because I've seen a bunch of names like over and over, and then there's these ones that are like D-4605 or whatever. Oh! I've had that happen a couple of times. I've fallen through the ship. Thankfully this time I didn't just fall the whole way through. We landed in the Arboretum. That could have been much worse. How's it going? Hello. Sitting there enjoying your time in the park peacefully, trying to unwind from a hard day at work, and then some alien guy just pops down in front of you from the ceiling. Holy cow! That you gotta be careful when exploring those crew quarters, I guess. It's funny thing is the last time that happened too. That was me checking out one of the procedural crew quarters as well. So. It seems specifically to be the crew quarters that are doing it, probably because they are procedurally generated. It's generating them as you explore through, and it's not quite generating them fast enough. Alright, yeah, I think that's everything, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more playability here, and obviously with all these, like, different subsystems and, you know, repairing the ship and stuff, you can really legitimately have, like, an actual crew of players playing this in multiplayer and out doing missions and stuff, which is fantastic. I love it. Obviously, you know, it would be a lot cooler too if you're not like teleporting around and stuff. We didn't, I guess we didn't do any fighting of the krill, did we? I feel like we need to do that because we talked about being able to spawn the krill ships in. I was hoping to find a combat mission off of the comms, but I didn't find one. I don't know how frequently they actually pop up. Alright, so we've got this one, neutralize threats on bridge. Alright, well we're going to combat, so let's go to red alert. You're gonna make, oh, insufficient power. Why is power insufficient? Is it the alert mode? Why do we not have enough power for that? Is it a distance thing? Oh, that... That was weird. Alright, let's try this again. We know we're going to be going to combat. Did we, I feel like we didn't get to our destination, did we? I'm guessing when we switch alert modes is what's happening here. Okay, I think I see what's going on to an extent. Well, this should, when we take a hit, it should automatically switch into red alert. Oh, the Santa hat's gone. I guess that might be only in the menu. Love how this is like offset to the side. That looks really cool. Is there, this is our destination? This is, something's behind us here. Looks like it could be a Kalon ship. It's not engaging us yet. I know it can shoot back, but it's not. I feel a little bit bad about shooting it like this. Oh, there it goes. Bye. Kalon shit. Alright, well that was sort of depressing. Is their mission completed? Says neutralize threats, plural. It seems to be the only threat. I don't know if that engaged correctly. Maybe that didn't. Maybe I didn't actually like get to the thing proper. Let's go ahead. I mean, I wanted to show off the krill ships, so let's go ahead and let's see if we can spawn a couple of those and see if I can remember where to do that. Other ships. Krill destroyer. Oh, is that another Kalon vessel? You're not a krill destroyer. It is very, very hard to actually track these targets here. Alright, this one's shooting back at us. Alright, I mean, we're doing a pretty good job of dismantling it here without having to really take a hit, so should be good. There we go. Shields are down. It's missing us. Our fire rate's obviously much higher. Oh, did we get it? Combat maybe needs a little work here. Yeah, for some reason it didn't spawn in the patrol ships. Yeah, it spawned in a lot of krill destroyers. Yeah, they're not doing much, but yeah, there's krill destroyers all around us. I'm actually shooting through this one here, it looks like. Maybe there's a bug with these guys. I don't know. Again, this is a beta release, so there could be some bugs and issues. The Kalon are shooting at us. I don't know if those are, all of those are Kalon. Yeah, there's a couple of Kalon ships. The krill ships are just sitting here. So I'm guessing there's actually a good number of Kalon ships, and it continues to kind of escalate for a while. Another one just showed up. It doesn't, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how many of these we need to kill for this mission. I thought it'd just be like kill one or two, but it looks like it's actually like a full-on wave defense thing, which is, it's fine. It's combat and this isn't incredibly difficult, is it? But I remember it being a little bit more challenging the last time I played. Again, some of these ships don't seem to be shooting properly, so that might be part of the issue. Alright, come on, there you go, goodbye. Where's this other Kalon ship? Yeah, it would be nice to have some target tracking stuff. It is so dark here too, as I mentioned. Oh! It almost hit me there. Alright, that one's gone. How about now? Are we done with them now? No, there's still a threat. There's still Kalon ships, I assume. Of course, again, it could be the krill ships I spawned in could be considered part of the threat now. I don't know. Don't see anything, but then again, there's not much to see, and I don't see the krill ships I spawned in anymore either. Well, yeah, again, I don't want to sit here and fight these guys forever, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to call that good. So yeah, guys, this is the Orville update. So it's cool stuff. I definitely dig it. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. There's a lot of stuff to check out. Again, if you guys are into this sort of thing, you're into Starship gameplay and stuff like that, it needs a little bit more fine-tuning, probably in a couple of areas, but this is definitely something you can hop on and have some fun with your friends, do some missions, and you know, if that's your sort of thing, there's actual jobs and roles for everybody now for you guys all to do, which is fantastic stuff. Dig it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what future updates of this bring, and potentially, depending on how things go with this update, I may end up covering it more when this goes to live or something if there's any big changes, but I'm guessing this will probably be it for right now, and again, I am looking forward to seeing what the devs have, because they've done a absolutely fantastic bang-up job with this as it is right now. So, thank you guys for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next one.